Well, hello, Disney Connections and fellow Disney freaks. I almost forgot what I was going to say there. That was so weird.
Really?
Yeah. You know, if I'm riding in the car, I can't say the intro. It's not until it's like live. It's so weird.
Sometimes you don't even say it when we're doing like our box videos.
Oh my gosh.
And you forget who we are.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that happens. Hey,
it happens.
Tonight, Taco Tuesday. This is 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
I'm like super excited. Yeah, well, we had to because what we're going to talk about tonight, it just can't wait. So we've got some special guests coming on tonight that are going to be experts on the topic. We're talking WandaVision. There are spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, well, stick around for a few more minutes. All right, here we go. You know what? We don't really have a time limit on tonight, but as you can see, we do have a couple guests in the house. Leslie through the looking glass. Leslie, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here and talk WandaVision.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, Melanie said we have some questions, so I'm going to go ahead and just let her. What are the questions that we got?
I was just going to have them introduce themselves just real quick and tell us a little bit about your background, about what you know about Marvel, where you're coming from, what kind of knowledge do you bring to the table, whether it's just a little bit in the middle or you are an expert. And then if you could tell us what you thought about WandaVision, could be the finale, could be the whole show in 5 words or less.
Okay.
Okay, that's a lot. All right.
Okay.
I am proud to announce that according to my husband, if you watched me when I was on the last live with these fine folks, I was kind of called a fraud by my husband for not knowing enough to do the live chat. He has now upgraded me and said I'm no longer a fraud because I've caught up on a lot of Marvel.
Nice.
Excellent.
So I would say I'm like middle-ish, maybe not fully in the middle, but getting there.
Okay.
And as far as 5 words, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just do my reaction to the final episode.
Okay.
Holy crap. Broken. And that's it. I'm going to do 4 words.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. And I just want to say that I thought that you knew a lot about WandaVision and the Marvel Universe when we talked last time. Like, I didn't get the impression that you were a fraud at all. Like, I felt like you knew a lot more than me. So
I definitely learned a lot that episode.
I think my husband underestimated how much Marvel I've been watching with him while not like outwardly, like he didn't think I was paying attention when he was watching stuff, but really I was. So
right.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
All right. So right there on the bottom of the screen, we got Disney Mertz and husband, Eric. Can we give him a name or does he just go by husband?
Just husband.
Oh, okay. So Mertz, go ahead.
I'll just do for my own because he has a whole different than me.
Okay.
I like grew up being in like fandom, I guess, because I grew up on X-Men. X-Men was kind of my jam. I was team Rogue and Gambit all the way. But grew up obsessed with Marvel. Even some of the very few times we've been to like the movie theater, it was to see Marvel, and then he'd always like make me sit and wait because there was like the end credits that you like had to see. I didn't even know it was a thing until he made me sit and wait, and I was getting annoyed, like ready to go, but we had to wait. And then I got into this show because there's very few shows that we watch together, WandaVision, but this was one of the exceptions that he got me into and that we watched together. And then if I had to describe it in 5 words, I would say He is hotter when red.
Yes.
Oh,
I think
Bentley?
we've discussed this before.
Okay.
I don't know his name.
He, Vision.
Vision.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
He's
There.
a vision in red.
There. You learned something already tonight.
Now it's your turn, Eric.
Okay. My name is Husband, also Eric. My background for Marvel is just I've seen all the movies. I've been like a fan since like 2008 when Iron Man came out. Watch it with my friends, like in theaters, every single movie that came out. Never really like a comic book fan. I just watched all the movies, watch all the videos for like theories and like all of the like the Wikipedia stuff I can learn about. Like I was super excited hearing about Guardians of the Galaxy when it first came out because it was like a big leap for them. Like, oh, who are these characters? What are they gonna do? And I ended up loving that movie, like one of my favorite Marvel movies. 5 words for the end of WandaVision.
Or the whole thing. Like you could
Okay.
wrap up the whole thing, or it could just be on the last episode.
Okay. Well, I didn't really count and think about it like Nicholas did. He was like 1, 2, 3. I was kind of just blown away, unexpected. There we go. That's 3 words. It really like makes you think, and it's not what you're expecting after the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, let's just real quick. Let's just give a shout out to the people that are in the house. Coach Vela's in here as well as David. We've got Disney Damsels. There's Mertz. And there.
He's everywhere.
He is so multi-talented.
Multitasking.
Katrina is in the house. Jason.
Hey, Jason.
And Ginger.
But Ginger said she has to leave because she hasn't watched
Yeah.
it, even though we gave her ample notice that she
I know,
needed
right?
to catch up.
We even said on Saturday, hey, this is happening on Tuesday. There is no, there's no going back.
You want to get
We're
in
gonna do
here,
this.
Trace? Marvel.
No? All right.
Mhm.
And Courtney's in the house.
Hey,
All right.
Court.
Welcome all.
And we have
We're so glad to
we
have
have probably 6 or 7 ninja watchers, which is fine.
Perfect.
Be a ninja watcher.
Love it.
Whatever.
So, honey, well,
You want us to go?
yeah, why don't you go?
I'll go because I feel like I know a little bit about Marvel. I mean, I've watched all of the movies
Right, the MCU.
several times.
Yep,
but I have a
phase
really-
1, 2, 3.
Phase 1, 2, and 3. But I have a really bad memory. And so which I didn't used to, I don't know why I can't remember things. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm getting old, but I don't remember like when things happened and who exactly has met who and who is related to who and who likes who. And I get confused really easily watching the Marvel. So I'm always asking and re-asking the same questions, which irritates him and our son. But I feel like I might be more of a fraud than Leslie thinks she is because I feel like I know a lot about it. But then when people start talking, I'm like, have no idea what they're talking about. Like you, Mertz just named off 2 people that you used to watch. Like, I don't know who those people are. Maybe if you would tell, said where they're from, but I should know, I would think, who the characters are by name, but I guess you didn't know Vision, so whatever.
Yeah.
Well, no, I knew Vision. I was just kind of in 5 words. I didn't want to waste a word on his name.
There you go.
Got it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I know you're much better at like keeping things straight than I am, and you always have an answer when I ask, so you must know more than me.
Maybe. Well, I have to say
you're wearing the shirt. I mean, that must mean something, right?
So yeah, here I'll help you out. He was talking about X-Men. So that's so up until this point in the MCU, X-Men and the Avengers have not been connected
At all.
So everything like phase 1,
But
2, and 3, we were watching Avengers.
But wasn't Wanda in Avengers? Or, I mean, in X-Men?
That's what maybe somebody in the chat on here can clarify that, because Wanda had shown up somewhere else.
Eric said you're probably thinking of Phoenix.
Okay.
Red hat, psychic powers.
That's right. That's who I had connected in our last group show. I'd actually connected that, and I thought that's who it was. And so yeah, there was. That's right.
Yeah,
And
X-Men kind of got me into
X-Men
it.
is Marvel.
That's how it started, was X-Men. And then I got into the Avengers and stuff. So I'm still
Right.
into all that too, and we've seen it. X-Men was my like growing up obsession.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
And Jennifer, that girl I like, she's in X-Men. Jennifer, what's her
Lawrence.
last name?
Lawrence.
Yeah. She's the blue one.
Yeah, Mystique.
She's our server at the
Magic Time Machine. Yeah.
Just a side note. Yeah. So here in San Antonio, we have we have a restaurant. It's called Magic Time Machine, and you have servers that dress up like characters in movies and whatnot. And we have the Jennifer Lawrence in San Antonio.
I mean, it's
gotta be her. She plays Katniss. It's crazy. Anyway,
yeah, we'll post a picture to Instagram because it is uncanny. Like,
I swear they're related.
Anyhow,
sounds like her too.
It's probably her. She quit acting and you just don't know it.
right?
Probably.
No.
I really like her. I don't know why I like her so much. I just think she's super smart. I don't know. I like her.
So I totally appreciate you saying I know a lot. I really don't, because I wasn't that comic book guy.
You know a lot about Marvel.
I do know a lot more about Marvel only because of the movies. But I'm really feeling convicted throughout this whole process and doing Taco Tuesday now. And I'm like, I need to go back and look at the original stories, because there's a lot of depth. And just to kind of move right into it, and what I thought about WandaVision as a whole is that it brought out the depth of Marvel. It brought out, the entire thing. Avengers, X-Men, it opened some doors that is going to take this franchise, I think, to the next level. So that's my thought.
Okay, I agree. Amy's in the house. She showed up.
What's up, Amy?
Better late than never. Yeah.
So
there are lots of questions, I think, that have come up after the last episode that didn't get answered in that finale, that people are wondering about or kind of trying to draw some conclusions or make predictions about. So I thought we would talk about those questions.
All right.
Like, where did White Vision go?
Yeah.
He just left.
Anybody with some inside there?
Well, you probably know this, Eric. Then he can't feel emotion, right? White Vision doesn't feel emotion. Is that correct?
Well, he's emotional now after the whole ending sequence when he the whole psychological conversation he had.
The thing.
He came before, but it was all transferred into him. So now he's basically him.
Only place I think he may be going is possibly Wakanda. They were trying to copy his mainframe or something.
Right.
So I'm I could think. Maybe he knows there's a chance that he can uncover more about his past. Maybe he didn't recover his entire memory in life.
Speaking about the memory that he recovered now, that Red Vision gave him, I thought Red Vision didn't have any memories from prior to this. And then all of a sudden, he's transferring all these memories from way back when into White Vision.
That's true.
That was kind of interesting.
Do you think they messed up?
Oh, well, no, because Darcy, remember, she was like, this is exactly what happened in your life, and explained to Vision what exactly happened and who are the Avengers and what he's about.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah, they didn't really give us a lot of time with Darcy and him together. I would have liked to see that a little bit more and kind of hear the conversations that they were having a little bit more, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
If they had 10 episodes, it could have been more explanation, I think, but they were kind of crunching it for some reason. I don't know why it was only
they said, I just saw that today. They did it. They revealed a thing about how they cut things purposely because of COVID. So the girl, she was supposed to have a whole thing and they cut her out. Then the one funny girl you like, the funny girl who was in there. Okay. What's her name?
Darcy.
Darcy. She was supposed to be in there more, but they had to cut a whole segment out. That's why she only had one scene. And then they were saying today that the special person was supposed to be in there was what's his name?
Doctor Strange.
Strange, but he was actually in there, and they filmed him in there, but they had to cut him out because they didn't have they had to make a bunch of cuts. Yeah, they just revealed that.
Why would they cut?
See,
him?
okay,
That
all
is
right. So I'm gonna go
crazy.
right in because now I'm getting riled up.
Go right in.
Okay,
get riled.
So when
They
I
revealed all that today.
Friday night, okay, when show ends, before we get the the end credit scene, the other end credit scene, I'm upset. I mean, literally, like I'm vested into this show.
He was mad,
and I'm mad. I'm really upset because I feel like they just they didn't answer enough questions. And even with the two end credit scenes, I don't feel like they answered enough questions. It's kind of like we have all these fandom theories, right? Which, I mean, come on. They did not say anything about Strange. But this is supposed to be leading to him.
They did mention him.
They did?
Yeah, the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Just a little bit.
I do my research.
But I mean, it was like you have to watch it multiple times in order to catch all of those little things.
Yeah.
Because, Doctor Strange 2 is coming out and she's supposedly in it.
Well, and that's where they said they're going to answer more of these questions,
right?
In Doctor Strange.
So they didn't answer a lot, and it was very frustrating. And then there's other shows that this might lead to, like Loki. I mean, there's all these things that they kind of just didn't formulate.
Did anyone know that what Wanda was doing when she was doing her runes?
Yeah, just like in Infinity War, when what's his name, Doctor Strange was like looking at all the realities and dimensions, like how they can beat Thanos. She's probably looking for her children, and that's when the ending, when she's like hearing their voices and screams wherever they may be, it's probably gonna disrupt the balance of the universe, and Doctor Strange is gonna be like, "Hey, stop that!" and like do something. Because his job is to protect the realm.
And protect them. Where was he during all this time? He should have been already there. Maybe he was. Maybe he was watching.
Yeah.
Like he should have been there, right? I mean,
the Marvel universe does that a lot. I mean, come on. Captain Marvel doesn't show up until Endgame. If Captain Marvel would have been there in Infinity War, then we would have, wouldn't have had a problem.
No, so, would have been plot.
Yeah, so they're always leaving something out because you can't have the entire package, or we would never have a battle. It would what?
Brittany said they couldn't afford them.
Oh, right. That happens too.
David said this was supposed to be the third Disney Plus show and was originally supposed to come out after Eternals. Is Eternals not out yet? I don't know what Eternals.
No, not yet. Not yet. It's coming out this year, apparently.
Are they cutting up, or is it just me?
No, it's cutting up on my end too.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw some.
Are we still cutting up?
You guys are freezing every now and then.
Okay. Well, I hear you, and I just see flashes every once in a while.
It's WandaVision. Just go with it.
They don't want us to talk about this.
They're thinking we're getting too close to.
Saying they're mad.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So I mean, that was kind of the end of the show for me. Was like there's still all of these questions that they didn't answer, yet they closed WandaVision. Like I don't see WandaVision season 2. I don't know. What do you think?
That's what I agree with. I had a very different reaction. Like I wasn't mad at all at the end of it. I was just like stunned and or still crying hysterically because I'm a lunatic. But I just felt like there was no, like it ended their story, but like didn't lead to anything. And there were so many questions that they didn't even like blatantly like lead us to knowing down the road that's going to be a thing. There was like in the end scene credits, I missed the second one the first time through. I didn't realize there was two of them, and Mark was like, "Oh, you didn't see that? Here, watch it." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm glad I saw this now, but it also means nothing to me right now. Like, it doesn't help give us any answers to anything."
Yeah.
Well, and I just saw. Let's see, Coach Vela was saying Hydra was also all over the place, but they didn't. I don't feel like they like sussed that out. There wasn't. I mean, Hydra was into everything, but then nowhere. Like where is Hydra? Who's the Hydra controlling?
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they never touched on any of that, like other than us seeing it on like hidden in every single episode a billion times.
Right. So it's like, why was she? Unless I mean, because she's created this place, right? I mean, and it was Hydra that gave her powers the boost through the through the Infinity Stone, through the Mind Stone.
Her pain is showing up through all the Hydra differences.
Yeah, maybe.
It was just sort of like because they were the ones who gave her power and tortured her and everything. It's
right.
Just like her traumatic experiences. Because each commercial it was shown was like a reference to like each one of her like tragic life experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the paper towels, Lagos, whatever it was called, when she accidentally killed all those people after Civil War when they're in Africa.
Oh yeah,
that blast. That was where the city wasn't in Africa. And that's when the Wanda Accord or whatever it was called, the Sokovia Accord was like because of that, because they're like too strong to be controlled. And like, sure, there's other references. Like, I wish they would have given more explanation on like who those two people were in the commercials. Were those her parents? Obviously, they weren't. But it finally explained that like who, like it's just two random people.
It just couldn't have been random.
Huh?
It couldn't have been random, right?
Yeah, like
coming from her,
yeah,
there had to have been somebody important to her.
So I feel like they could have like explained more, but I don't know. Maybe they will on Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness, when they go into detail of who knows what.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that could be a continuation of WandaVision, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and I see Disney Ginger. I think you're right on. We have not. If you go back and you watch, there hasn't been a lot of character development with Wanda, except for those few little things like her and Vision as they're trying to hide out, or her trying to stop Vision from hurting somebody. I can't remember. So maybe that's what this show was all about, just to build her character, turn her into the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Now we're moving forward.
Yeah.
I mean, that I guess that's where it's got to be. I might not be happy about it, but
where are her boys? They're out there somewhere.
Yeah.
When are they going to show up? They're going to find her, or she's going to find them.
I mean, I watched a couple reviews that said they're coming in Doctor Strange, so I don't know. I don't know.
Heard a lot of theories that like a lot of people were watching WandaVision were expecting this like demon character called Mephisto to show up. He's like the devil in the Marvel universe, and apparently like when she created the kids, they're like a shard of Mephisto. So that leads us to believe that they're probably.
I thought that was supposed to be the bunny though.
What bunny?
There was supposed to be.
I thought the bunny
that was supposed to be the demon, but they didn't have enough time to do that.
Oh, maybe.
All that too.
But people think maybe like her kids could be in a hell dimension with Mephisto, and that could be the big baddie in the next episode or the next movie.
Right. Well, and then there's another like super demon that they're leading to. Oh my gosh, what was his name? There's so many names that just float around. But the cabin and how they zoom in leads us to believe that this demon or this bad guy that came from these mountains is kind of what that's leading to. So,
I saw something about that. But those mountains are like where she was supposedly born, right?
Possibly that too. Yeah, it could be that the mountain area that she was in was Sokovia. But then there's this other place that a bad guy comes out of. Somebody, I'm sure somebody in there. Magical Pops wants to know if Gamora is coming back.
Wait, did she die?
Yeah.
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 What?
Mark and I have an ongoing discussion about Gamora coming back and if she's alive or dead all the time.
Wait, she's the green one, right?
Yep.
Hey, Russian to Disney. Nice to see you.
And It's Always Sunny.
Hey,
I'd have to go back and rewatch, I guess.
Okay, Melanie, I have a question for you. Because we talked about this in the last live, was how Ralph we expected to be, like you thought Ralph was going to be something. So what did you think about that twist?
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
I was just like, what? I don't know. I was kind of disappointed in who Ralph ended up being. I was like, okay. I didn't really like that. And then I read some stuff about how apparently he's just some person that lived in that town and was just an actor, and that's why he had the headshot. So he was like nobody.
Right. He had like nothing.
And he had like, so she had given him like powers through the necklace that he was wearing, and he was no one.
Yeah. I was pretty let down. I think that they dropped the ball on that.
It was anticlimactic. I was like,
yeah.
That's
well, here they built it up like they were gonna. That's the whole X-Men and Avengers connection that I thought WandaVision was doing. Like, let's go ahead and let's bring these two together because we know X-Men's coming back. They've got the four. What's the four? Fantastic Four. Yeah. So I mean that movie's already got a trailer out. I mean we know it's coming. I thought they were going to connect that, and for them to just it's this Ralph Boner.
But why did they use that actor? Like
yeah, I mean there was a lot. I think he
just wanted a part in it, so they used him for that. I don't know. Maybe it's not what it seems. Maybe that's going to continue to something's going to happen there. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting for y'all to talk. I was reading It's Always Sunny. Kevin Feige had, and he was, he interviewed with Kevin Feige, and he was asked if people who don't watch the Disney Plus shows will not be able to follow the movies. And he said, no. So I feel like nothing super huge.
Yeah. So if you didn't watch WandaVision, like you're not going to miss out on anything.
Or if you didn't watch the movies, you don't miss out anything here.
Oh, because I feel like you need to watch WandaVision to kind of get the story. And then what? So they're just leaving. She's just leaving Agatha there. But her hex is gone. So how is she keeping her there as the nosy neighbor? Like I was so confused. Because
she created that just around her. That's when she went up and touched her. She was creating a bubble just on her.
No, she touched her so that she could do that thing where she puts her into the vision and messes with her mind.
She changes clothes. When she changed clothes, when she left being
the witch when she was on the ground and touched her.
Yeah. I feel like she instead of doing what she did for the entire town, she just did it as her as a person.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
And the other people in the town aren't going to notice how weird she is.
Probably.
And can she still do her magic in her house?
No, I don't think she doesn't know that she's.
I think she does know.
Maybe she does, but she can't do it. Well, no,
she's just like the townspeople. It's one of those things where you're like trapped, but you're a whole persona. There's nothing you can do about it. Like when they zap them out of it, they're all of a sudden like themselves and they're saying whatever. They feel like they're in this whole other being basically. So she's just like trapped into being that personality, and there's nothing she can do about it. She knows what's going on deep inside, but she's stuck.
So was she like that before?
She wasn't in that town before.
No. Oh. Remember when Vision touched her and she I guess pretended to come out of the.
She pretended, yeah.
So she was pretending.
That was
because she was the one who was in control of everything. But she was just going basically with it the whole time. Okay. Because she probably knew that Vision was out doing his thing and could see that you know, he was walking around testing people and figuring things out. So she was probably just going with it.
Okay.
That's my guess. I could be wrong.
Maybe. I feel like she's super powerful. She's gonna break out of the spell, whatever.
Right?
Right.
I feel
because
like
aren't they like they're like close? Like they're like legit friends, right?
Well, okay, so the Wanda takes her
power. In the comics, they're friends.
So Agatha helps Wanda like control her magic and learn how to use her magic.
Right.
Yeah.
But so this is kind of confusing to me. But she didn't kill her. I mean, maybe she couldn't.
Well,
I don't know.
But the other thing is that Agatha tells her, "You need me." You know, and so Wanda's reaction to that is to not kill her, to imprison her in her own body in this town, so that when she needs her, she can go back and get her.
I think she's going to break out on her own.
You think she's breaking out on her own? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. What do y'all think about it? That in the chat? Just wondering. Yeah.
It was creepy. So when she turned her back into the nosy neighbor,
that was some acting right there. I
mean,
yeah.
All of it in general, going from like one extreme to like the other, I was like, it's gonna be a lot.
Good. It was good. So when they were fighting in the sky, and Wanda was drawing her runes, her things in the sky, did we know that was happening, or were we like, what was she doing? Like, I was generally like, is she giving up? Like, what's happening here?
I thought she was like giving her power away on purpose. Like in my head, I was like, she doesn't want this anymore. She doesn't want, like, she's done. She's giving it all away.
Yeah. I thought that too. And then I was trying to figure out.
But I was also like, part of me thought that, but then I started tripping because I was like, wait, it's like committing suicide in front of your family. Like if you're fighting for them, how do you go from one extreme to like, you know, let me just kill myself and then make all of you watch me do it in the middle of the sky? Like then I was kind of like, well, that's camp. So I kind of knew something was happening. I just didn't. I didn't realize, and I think that's part of the reason why she saved her is because she admitted that she learned to do something like that because of Agatha.
Right.
So indirectly, like she knows that she's going to need her and that she's teaching her to be powerful like that and do stuff like that. So why would you not utilize it later?
Like she doesn't know how to do any witchcraft. Like, because this has always been just a natural thing that happens to her, and with
she
her,
has
so she doesn't know any of the rules. She doesn't know any, anything.
That kind of didn't make any sense to me. Like, how did she know how to make the runes in the first place? Like, she
because
knew
Agatha did it. Agatha did it.
She knew how to do it. She just like saw those pretty images and like, I'm gonna make those and they're gonna work. So that was kind of like, did they skip that? How did she know how to do that?
Maybe she studied.
That is a good question. Like, I mean, just drawing the runes up there works, and so she just memorized what the runes were. But she doesn't have, she doesn't have any like witchcraft training before that. So how would she know?
Did she draw the same ones that Agatha drew?
Yeah.
I thought she drew different ones.
No, same ones.
That's what I'm saying. But maybe she had like some spiritual moment, like, oh.
I mean, she is. They did admit that like she's like the all powerful when it came to that book, and like so basically maybe she's that powerful to the point where if like a visual, if you see something, you learn it, you can catch on quick because you are like the ultimate that everybody like is trying to be like. So
yeah, because she doesn't have to speak anything.
Yeah. No,
she can just think it and it happens.
Right. So yeah, she's a quick learner.
Yeah.
The one thing that kind of confused me in that whole scene when she's giving her power away is that it was kind of like her power was limitless because she would give it away now.
I was so thinking that too. I'm so glad you did that.
And she would like turn, like she was going dead, but then it would come right back. Like that was, I thought, I mean, that was kind of what saved that scene for me, because I was thinking maybe she knows that there's still, I mean, that it's limitless and that she's going to throw this at her and hopefully just overload her. I don't know. That's where I thought she was going.
I thought she was trying to overload her too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take this.
So I thought that for a moment too when I was watching it initially was that she like if she put enough of her power out there that she could like pull her back and ruin her that way. I didn't realize she was doing the runes. Like I felt like she would have control over her person because all of her power was inside and she was still controlling the power.
Ooh, I like that. I didn't think about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. Huh.
Okay, so what about the guy that I can never remember his name that is trying to manipulate all of this? Like, so he goes in and he gets vision and then he powers him up.
Oh, we're talking about the director.
Yeah, to
Which I
to
love
send
to
him
hear.
in there. So he sends him
Right.
in there for what purpose? Like, and then he just loses him. And then he goes in there after him. Like, I didn't understand his character at all.
Yeah, there was some character undevelopment there, I think.
Yeah.
Y'all know who we're talking about?
You mean okay, so you're talking about like Hayward, the director.
Yeah.
Hayward.
Talking about not understanding why the white vision went in there.
No, I know, like the white vision went in there because he wanted to destroy
Right. Okay, yeah.
the hex or whatnot. But then what did he want? So now vision is gone. He doesn't even seem concerned that the white vision is gone. He just flies in there.
Well, see, I took it as like he had a mission, he had a plan, like by bringing white vision in there and whatnot. I think that obviously all hell broke loose and it didn't go like according. And I think he just went ham. It was like, I'm going to do it myself. Like, I got this. I'm going to do it myself. Like, very kind of that guy. And I think that's why he was so bold to just walk out and start shooting and going crazy because he was so defeated. I have to get it done myself. Nothing, all the stuff I've been doing and going through and whatever isn't working. So I'm going to do it myself. And he failed.
Yeah, because his sole thing was to get rid of Wanda, because that's what he kept saying to the other FBI guy was, well, everybody's going to love what I did when I've gotten rid of Wanda, when I've taken them out.
Why is he shooting at the kids? Because the kids are going to disappear as soon as he fixes, as soon as he gets rid of Wanda. He was very concerned about getting rid of them.
That's why I think that Hayward is, I think that he's somebody else. Like, I mean, we talked about that in the last show. He's got to be a villain that we don't know yet, that we haven't seen yet, because there was just too many things with him, and they did try to develop his character. He had a lot of screen time to flop at the end.
Though.
I mean,
a lot of screen time with not actually like having any.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm real happy when Darcy plowed right into him.
Yeah, I like her. But so I read something about how when he was telling Monica that she was grounded, like in the beginning when he said you're in it's because your mom, like if that was true or not, or he just told her that, because that didn't make sense either.
He could have been lying. It's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I always felt, I mean, through the entire series, I was like, he's something. He's going to come back. And then as this finale is building up and it's getting ready to climax, and it was like his part just blew. Really?
He just gets arrested.
I mean, he gets, yeah, right? I mean, he's supposed to be.
I know. Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't like him.
Oh, Coach Vela says he's part of Hydra. Okay. I could see that. Maybe that's the Hydra part.
It could be.
Okay.
And then what about the witness? We never found that out either, did we?
Yeah. Who was the witness that Wu was going after?
It might have been a Boner, Quicksilver. I think it was the guy.
But he lived there for a long time because you saw his power bill went back like 6 months. I was thinking maybe it was Dottie, but I don't know. But then she had a kid. I don't know. It was weird. And is that even important? I feel like it should be, but I don't know. Questions.
So many questions left undone.
I feel like Marvel does a good job of like telling the story later on. Like, oh, remember that thing 4 movies ago, this is what's happening. So they're gonna bring it eventually.
We're gonna do an end credit scene that Mertz would never see because he left the theater.
Literally, I didn't even know that was a thing. And then whenever like, oh, it's like a thing. Like the reason why Eric knows all the answers is when he watches something, he'll have to see the end credit. He then goes on like to the, what are those things called? The spoilers or
IGN. It like talks about like breakdowns of what's going on.
All that. Like he gets all like every single piece of it. So it's to the point where I think I just know, I know what I just saw, and I'm like, oh, I get it. I enjoyed that. And then he starts bringing up all these other theories and points. I'm like, what are you even talking about? Like, even with Wanda, he went back and watched all of the Avenger movies from start to like, did you finish them?
I still gotta watch Ant-Man and the Wasp 2, or whatever it's called. Ant-Man and the Wasp in Endgame. Then I've seen them all again.
Okay.
So he's like so there, where I'm just like, I think I'm good. Like, I'm good. And then he starts talking, and I'm like, I am awful. I don't know nothing.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Well, there's so many there's so many messages that it's like they just cram so much in.
Okay,
and they're
here's
like,
the question.
We're gonna take care of that later.
I thought that Vision was destroyed in Wakanda. Was he not? Were they not in Wakanda when he was killed?
He just pulled the Infinity Stone out of his head and destroyed his, like, he killed him pretty much.
Like in Wakanda, right?
In Wakanda.
Yeah.
So how did they go get him from Wakanda?
Well, I mean, a shield or sword somehow got their hands on him. I mean, at that point, he's not Vision anymore. He's scrap. He's scrap vibranium or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like he should have went back to, he should have been Wakanda's then, because he was made from their materials.
Possibly. Yeah.
I want to see that story where they collect him.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, and like, yeah, from the time that Thanos takes his stone to when Wanda shows up at Sword to see him.
So David said this is 5 years since Vision died. So it's been 5 years. Oh, right. And why did Vision pick that neighborhood to give her a deed to a house, like in the middle of like they could have lived anywhere?
Yeah, people thought that maybe that was fake too. Like maybe he didn't really do that. Like it was a trap.
Oh.
Well, a trap from Agatha?
From Agatha.
Because,
yeah,
I mean... go ahead.
I thought the whole thing, I was even saying when we were watching it, it felt like it was all like staged. Like it was like, we need to get her in this area. How do we do so? Boom, we got her. Done.
I'm not sure if she was saying that she was drawn to the power of all the spells. So unless she was lying about that, who knows?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because she said she felt it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Oh.
Trace giving his 2 cents.
I think he's talking about the I think he's talking about Hayward.
What do you say?
Are you talking about Hayward? Yeah.
Trace doesn't like to be on camera, but he's giving his 2 cents by texting us from his bedroom.
Okay, so Hayward could be Loki.
I thought Loki died.
Oh no.
But did he? Because
Loki's
here's
alive.
the thing, and here's the beautiful thing about Marvel right now is everybody's dead and everybody's alive. I mean, literally, like the multiverse means that they can do anything.
True.
And they've, because they had to time travel to go get the Infinity Stones to, set things back up, they opened the multiverse. So now not only does it opens up, all these other storylines of villains who traveled through time, okay, but it also allows us, people can come back.
This is where I have a problem. Maybe I'm not understanding the multiverse correctly, but I feel like when you have something that's that open, It's just too open. Like, I feel like they could do absolutely anything, and us, the viewers, are like, oh yeah, that's possible because of the multiverse. Like,
for them.
Well, and
Right.
but I think that's Doctor Strange's part as well, is to package that up.
Nothing is going to be like, oh, that couldn't happen. Like, every single thing that they put in there could actually happen because we could be in a different dimension or time period or whatnot.
Right.
Like, there's no way they can even make a mistake now because they can just say it. Well, it's the multiverse.
We'll fix it later.
Right. That's part of the whole scheme when they the whole acquisition of Fox. They can do whatever they want now. Like, oh, we can do this and this and this. Like, let's create a plot device that gives us this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till they bring Darth Vader in.
Well, they could.
They could.
They're just gonna mesh Marvel and Star Wars, and then my life will be complete. So,
All right.
Well,
David says he doesn't think the deed was fake. She seemed surprised to find it in the car. I definitely think it was planted while she was at Sword. Could have been, yeah.
Oh yeah, why would it just show up? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it was. I think it was like it wasn't sent by Vision, maybe, but who knows?
Yeah, how could it have been? It was like just sitting on the seat of her car when she got back in, and he clearly didn't put it there. Right. He wasn't created again yet.
Yeah.
Unless the multiverse, someone went through time and set it. He set it on her chair, her seat. Shoot,
that could have happened as well.
Yeah.
Although David says the multiverse hasn't been set yet, that the rules are not there.
There's no rules. That's what I'm saying. There's absolutely no rules.
Doctor Strange too, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Did we miss anything?
So what do y'all think? Just kind of closing thoughts. Like overall, WandaVision, where do you hope that it leads?
Is Wanda going to be a villain?
Oh yeah.
No. I hope so.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't
go crazy and like implode and like go crazy and I don't know, do something nuts. Because in the comics that this like show is based off of, you guys will probably know, like she like what if she kill all the mutants or whatever? Mm-hmm. So what if she creates all the mutants all of a sudden? What if she does something crazy and like something incredible? Just because like these shows on Disney Plus, they seem like they could be like backstory for the Avengers characters, just like their final send off maybe. Because we're getting the story of Vision, we're getting Wanda, and we're getting a story of Falcon and Winter Soldier, we're getting a story of Loki, like just to set up their conclusion to set up something else in the MCU. But who knows?
Yeah. I hope she's not a villain because I feel like in her heart that she wants to be a good person.
Yeah.
Well, so that I have a feeling like whatever is coming for her is going to be like something crazy. Because like everything is always the chaos magic. Like they even in this final episode, she what's her face? Agatha refers to it as that. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like whatever she does, it's going to be something huge and make a really big impact. I'm hoping that it's not bad because I do think she's like really broken, but trying to like be good. Like she wanted to create her perfect little world and not be part of any of this big picture anymore.
Right.
Wanted to live that little happily ever after life.
Yeah.
So it's nothing terrible that makes her an awful villain.
And she felt bad. Like it wasn't like after everything happened, it wasn't like she was like, whatever, get over it, suckers. Like she had her head down like a defeated dog. Like I feel like she'll be good, but I also think like piggybacking off what Eric said, I think that they're so good at like things coming up in different times. I think all the questions that we have and that like we're asking each other, I think that when it comes to like the next one or the one after that, there's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's how that happened, or oh yeah, that's why that happened. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think they're smart about keeping people talking, and I think they watch it and they view it because they're smart and they can kind of do so much with that because of the questions that we're all asking each other. if they answer all our questions, then it would just be like, meh,
Yeah.
we already know.
Yeah.
So they're doing it. Everything that we're asking, everything that didn't make sense or that didn't add up, like Hayward or whatever the case may be, it's because they have a plan for it. So
Yeah. I hope so. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I do too. I think she's going to be what did I say the other day? An anti-hero. I think she's going to be kind of like Venom.
Deadpool?
Or Deadpool. Yeah. I mean, I think that, she's going to do some bad
She's
stuff.
not going to fit into the mold of a hero.
Exactly.
But her heart's going to be in the right place.
She's going to be fighting evil evilly.
Well, Rescue hates her, so I mean, like that's like already a negative fan base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like people right now a lot of people can like probably relate to her and like have compassion for her right now.
you're stretching so hard. Like, I just feel that people know that she's like, she did good in school. Like, you're stretching. God. She got good grades, obviously.
I felt really bad for her. I was hysterically crying.
I think I think it was relatable in the sense that if you love someone, like, I'm sorry, but if I had to watch him die and I thought I lost him forever, but I had a way to be back with him and to like have that, I will trap anybody in their damn mind and not care and be okay and live my best life and be fine with it. I mean, yeah, I would feel a little bit bad, but I would be walking out like in my head, like, but I got to see my kids and I got to spend time with them and I got to spend time with the love of my life. So I'm sorry that y'all are upset, but I'm good. So I think it's like that good, but also like we would all kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
And even when someone made a comment, like I would do that for my mom. If I could spend more time with her, that little bitty rebuttal at the end. So it is relatable if you take the.
Yeah. We all had superpowers.
Even watching it at the end is like the hex is like slowly like encroaching on their house. I was like, just put it around your house, Wanda. Just protect your house. Don't let anybody else go, but keep your house safe.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a huge sacrifice. That was a huge sacrifice when she didn't have to do it. She could have kept it like that. Like nobody could have actually stopped her. And we know that now.
So she does do the good thing.
She does do the right thing.
Maybe she kept a part of it. Who knows? They could all reveal that later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and the weird thing is that she said thank you. She thanked them for choosing her, like her kids. Like that she didn't choose them. So, and I've read a little bit of the comics and a little bit of the backstory to know that they're somewhere out there. And probably going to show up again.
Because is it Mephisto or Magneto? Well, Magneto might be even a bigger character connected. But
Magneto's the guy with the helmet?
Magneto is the guy that manipulates
the red and purple.
Yeah.
And did he kill or shoot Xavier or whatever? Like he was the bad guy in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But him and Professor Xavier were friends. They like
Yeah.
They ran the school together, right?
Yeah. So who is okay, so that's Magneto. And then we have Xavier who ends up in the wheelchair because he gets shot on that mission. And who's the other guy? Manifesto or Mephisto.
Yeah.
Mephisto
is like this super bad demon guy who I think it's Mephisto wants her kids. Somebody that's like versed on the comics. That's anyway. So there's more to the story anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I get all of those confused. There's so many different
Magneto
characters.
might be her dad.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
I mean, in the comic story.
Several origin stories. That's like just one of them.
Yeah.
I don't like it that they have different stories. Like, I just want to know the facts, like who it is.
They can just pick and choose because like one of the origins could have been in the 1970s, and then 20 years later somebody rewrites it, then 20 years later someone rewrites it. Because
they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah. Well, and then I mean, I don't know about y'all, and we could go down another rabbit trail here, but Rambo, I felt like that was kind of just left undone.
Photon. She's Photon.
Yeah, she's either Photon or.
Well, she is because that was her mom's call name, or
right. It was her mom's call sign, Photon, which is her name as a character, and then she has a different name as well.
So what I was confused about is she's supposed to be the next Captain Marvel?
Anyone?
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I know she hates Captain Marvel because she like never came back.
Oh, is that why? We're trying to figure out
so maybe that's why she becomes Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel.
But she doesn't have the same powers, so I don't know why she could. How she could
totally
do
different
that.
powers.
Wait, somebody said something about Nick. Yeah, Nick Fury is probably who she's meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he's like the spaceship with the scrolls at the end of Captain Marvel or Spider-Man or something. One of those movies.
Yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah. And then somebody had mentioned that scroll was the one that she met when she was little at her house.
Possibly. Yeah, it could have been the little girl that
they reunited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe.
Possibly. Spectrum, that's it. So it's either Spectrum or Photon.
Yeah.
I just want to see him fight. Her and Captain Marvel. That'd be cool to see.
Oh yeah, Brandon said that she's going to be in Captain Marvel too.
Okay.
So you think they're going to be up against each other, like Civil War, or?
I want to see him fight. Honestly, that'd be awesome.
I want to why though? Like they're supposed. She was like her auntie.
Yeah.
I don't know. That makes me sad.
You're so emotional. You have to check when it comes to Marvel. You have to check your emotions.
I can't.
Real.
Especially with all this coffee I'm drinking.
I wasn't sad. I wasn't sad at the ending for some reason. I wasn't sad. Knowing that the kid, I guess I was separating everything. So knowing that the kids, plus you can get invested into them. The minute I thought they were adorable, they were 2 years older. Then I was like, well, this is new. And then they're 3 years older, and I'm like, I don't even know what the heck that person's hairstyle was. It was so fast that I couldn't be invested, I feel like. And then in the end, knowing that the White Vision is still alive and he's out there and they're going to be reconnected, I kind of was like, oh, well, they're going to reconnect. The thing that annoyed me the most, I was like, yo, you could have told her, hey, BT Dub, there's another me out there.
Right.
Like me, so you're going to reconnect. You'll be good. Don't cry. But he's getting all and saying his and having this whole thing. And I'm like, dude, there's another you out there. Why are you acting like you can never see her again? You could if you would set yourself up for success and let her know.
Maybe he kind of hinted that when he said this is not a goodbye.
Oh, he did say something very deep at the end.
Yeah,
as in until next time.
We're gonna meet again. Yeah.
Said goodbye before and have met again.
Yeah.
But do you think though that was what she needed to hear? And she because she created him and the kids in this world, do you think that was
to end it all? He needed to say that so she would just stop it and end it and not keep it going.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Wouldn't it have accomplished the same thing to say, hey, Wanda, by the way, that White Vision that I was just fighting up in the sky? Yeah, I touched the little thing on his head and I put all the memories back into him. And he's actually sustainable outside of the bubble. So
go find him.
But then maybe she goes searching for him and doesn't.
I think Leslie's right. It's easier with that whole scenario with the kids and with him and that whole life and that whole thing going on. She needed to put it to rest, and he needed to make her put it to rest by knowing that this is what has to happen to all of us as a whole. Not get rid of the kids, but technically, don't worry, you're going to have me still.
Yeah.
It needed to be all put to bed. So that makes sense.
I guess it could be also the White Vision is still the White Vision. He got his memories back. He's probably still has his own personality still. He's probably confused. I was this person in the past. I'm gonna go somewhere and think about it. If he went to meet Wanda, he'd just be confused probably, and that'd be awkward for her.
I did see someone else saying that, okay, so she did all of this. She reversed or let go of all the people in the town, and she gave up her family because she was doing the right thing. But then somebody, I was reading something, said, no, she didn't. She just has learned patience, and she knows now that she's the most powerful being. And so she's just going to be patient and learn how to actually bring them back without this, the fakeness, like to actually bring them back.
To actually do it.
Which would mean she's siding on more of the side of the villain than the hero.
Well, but that's where I thought that they could do that with the White Vision, because, you know, Red Vision was just a created
part of her within the bubble.
But White Vision could live outside, but if she could somehow transfer to him, I mean, he's got the, you know, the material that allows it to sustain, you know.
I don't know, but I don't think in the comics that they like end up together, do they?
No, there is some sort of breakup. Some have called it a divorce, or it was a breakup before they were married, because they didn't want to intro divorce into it. But so there is something that they weren't together, and
I thought it was interesting how Agatha was like, "Oh, your ex and your boyfriend in the same place." I was like, that kind of brought that comic, not comic, haha, but the comics into it, like how they had talked about her and him being exes. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Crazy. Right. Wait, what? He went to his fortress of solitude to think.
Okay. The Justice League.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, all right. Well, last little bit here. Are y'all looking forward to the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I am, actually. We just rewatched, like I said, we've been watching all the Marvel in the chronological order. So I am not a huge fan of Captain America. Don't come at me for that. My husband thinks I'm
here. I'm gonna have to. Oh, you're having a problem.
We can't hear you. What?
Yeah. I know.
I'm not a massive fan either.
But I love the Winter Soldier a lot.
Is that Bucky?
I'm very excited for that.
Okay. Yeah, I remember some things.
Yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to tackle the whole relationship there, because, you know, Cap has a choice. He can give the shield away, and he gives it to the Falcon, and Bucky's his best friend. So,
but I don't know that he had a choice.
Oh, he did?
I don't know that he had a choice. Like, we don't know what was going on in that alternate universe. And he said it was always his. He was like, no, it was always going to be you. Like, it was always yours.
I don't even know if I've seen Winter Soldier. It's a really good movie.
It's a really good movie, and that's coming from somebody that doesn't like Captain America.
So good. I don't dislike him, but like, I mean, I guess I'm ignorant. Like, when I'm ignorant to something, I'm plus I'm a nonconformist. So when everyone's like, what? Captain America is like the best, I immediately am just kind of like, meh. People are like, Wolverine's the best, and I'm like, meh. Like, I just kind of go for the other characters, I guess. Like, that's kind of always whatever. So when people are just kind of I don't know if I've even saw it. There is this good messenger bag I just saw from Bippity that was electric blue, and I was like, I need that messenger bag. And then it was Captain America, and I was like, well, crap. So maybe I'm gonna watch Winter Soldier tonight.
You should.
I am. Yeah, I think it's worth your time.
Have I seen it?
Oh yeah.
I think I've seen them all.
Yeah.
But sometimes I fall asleep.
No, and I mean it explains a lot, and it
Is it like a continuance one? Is it like it's not the first Captain America though?
The second one.
The second? Oh, so I have to watch the first one first?
You don't have to.
But it's good though, because at least with this one thing coming out, we don't watch things together, like, ever at all. So now with this one coming out, we're gonna watch it, right?
Yeah, if you want.
Well, you should watch them all going forward together, so that you can come back.
No, he was binging all of them in order, not me.
Oh.
Why not?
Because no.
I watched like 5 of them. Then he's like, I want to watch them now.
Yeah, because you started laughing and having fun, and I was getting like jealous. But he even said he was saying how when you watch him, you can tell the difference, because whenever they start adding more like humor into it and stuff, that's when it started getting better and better and better, because they realized that adding the comic relief was what people were kind of looking for.
Well, the first 2 were kind of confusing too, because they had no idea what was going on. The third one, okay, this is Monica Rambeau and this is Agent Wu from Ant-Man. Okay, what's going on? Something more is happening, and it started making sense.
Well, yeah, like I was saying last time we talked, the first couple episodes, I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to watch this. I don't understand what's going on. This is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this. And then like episode 3, 4, 5, I was like, what are they doing? They're doing something here. And then I got more interested in it and started paying more attention. And then I went back and rewatched the first couple episodes. But yeah, it took a while. And it takes a while for me to get into any of the Marvel movies. Like I'll watch, takes a good 25 to 30 minutes for me to be like, okay, I won't go to sleep. I'll watch. I'll figure out what's going on here and watch. But the comic relief thing, I remember when they went from not having any of that to starting to put that in the movies. And I was upset by that at first. I was like, oh, this just feels wrong. Like, why are they doing this? Like, this is not
for Ragnarok.
Yeah. Yeah.
That took a different turn.
I was like, why would they do this? But then as they continued on with the rest of the movies, like I get why they did it. And I mean, I like it, but I don't like change. So it was hard for me to accept it first, but I'm okay with it now.
I wish it was like, I mean, you like comedy, but I also love the dark.
Mm-hmm.
That Wolverine one.
Logan?
Logan. Like
Logan was trippy.
That's kind of my jam.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
That was a great movie. I love that it was like, because I don't know, like as a kid growing up, like obsessing over this whole fandom, like Jubilee and like everybody, like I was just like upset. I had the cards, I dressed up like it, like, but I mean, I guess like you always wanted them to be real. Like you wanted it to be like a real life thing. So when you see Logan and you see how like lifelike and real it is, you're just like, this is crazy awesome. I was like obsessed with it.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I can't wait for the X-Men to come back. Like, I'm looking forward to that because there's a lot of story there too.
Well, it's funny because like Fantastic Four has already had a reboot and it did so bad. Like, how are they going to make it better? Like, what if they mess up X-Men? What if they mess up Fantastic Four again? That would suck.
Who's in the Fantastic Four?
Jessica Alba.
Oh,
That's who I remember.
You're talking about characters or actors?
Like who are the characters?
Oh, so I thought it was a quiz. I thought it was a test. Jessica Alba.
You got 100%.
Like the Human Torch, also played by Chris Evans.
Right.
Okay.
The Thing, like that Iron Golem guy.
Did I not watch? I must not have seen that.
No, we watched it, but it was a long time ago,
I slept through
and
it.
it wasn't super good.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hate it, but I don't know. Yeah. Well, we could stay on or we could go. I'm thinking it's a little over an hour, so I'm thinking we're gonna head out. But we will definitely be talking Taco Tuesday about the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we'd love to have y'all back. And maybe we can get some more people on here and just chat every week on Tuesday about the latest and greatest Disney
I feel like
Plus
I need
series.
to do more learning, more research.
There's so much. I don't know if I have time to read all the comics that I want to read, but
Well, apparently it
I'm gonna
doesn't
start
matter
with one
because you can just choose which comic to believe is truth.
Well, there's going to be some in all of them, but
Okay.
any last closing thoughts, feelings, anything y'all want to say? Shout out what's coming up on your channels or in life.
I will. So I am actually in a pie collab hosted by Life Joyfully Done. And it'll be this Sunday. Sorry, it's on Pie Day. It's Pie Day's 3-4. And I decided to do my video with Eric's dad, my father-in-law. So I'm super excited because his dad is like the funniest, thick German accent, handlebar mustache, sweetest guy in the world. So me and him trying to cook together, just bantering and arguing back and forth was the best.
You're making an actual pie.
Well, we're not.
Oh.
I kind of did a twist, but yes,
Okay.
you're right.
Okay.
We are, but there's a twist to it. So
Wunderbar. Is that German?
Yes.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
So I'm excited for y'all to see that because it's another part of Eric and his side of the family that people haven't seen.
Love
Awesome.
it. Love it.
Awesome. I can't wait. That drops on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good.
And you guys are almost at 700.
I know.
If anybody's in here who's not subscribed to them, and make sure you like this. So if you haven't, BTW.
Appreciate it.
Sorry.
No.
Leslie, what about you? Anything coming up?
We actually just filmed a Mickey Loot unboxing today that's going to drop Saturday of our Cocoa box.
Okay.
Huge surprise in that box. I was, not that Mickey Loot doesn't always impress me and surprise me with what they put in my box, but I was like, oh, this is a great box with this one like specific item. And then I was like, oh crap, there's secret stuff hidden inside and my value is outrageous. So that'll be a fun night. And my Alice box finally shipped from Mickey Loot, so I'll have that the week after.
Nice.
Awesome.
We got our Alice box. We dropped it. Don't watch it if you don't want spoilers.
I already watched it because I had to.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the Alice boxes, and they all seem to have different stuff in them.
Yeah.
So
I saw 2 Cocoa unboxings, and my stuff is completely different than what I saw in other boxes. They mix them up pretty good. So
yeah,
they do an amazing job over at Mickey Loot. I
we're
always
kind
push
of
it.
infatuated with them right now.
Yeah, right.
We-
They're like my favorite.
yeah.
I did my first one, so
Oh, what'd
Okay.
you get?
you'll see.
Like, not what'd you get in the box? Like, what box did you get?
If it was a theme and I got it, what would you think?
Wally, Hercules,
Aladdin, Wally.
Aladdin.
11.
It's one of those.
11.
Okay.
We don't know you. Not at all.
No, I failed the test.
Oh, you did?
I told him, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys 60.
Listen, I'm a teacher. I'm like 100% like always a student. So when you said you were having a quiz, I got my little pad of paper and my pen, and I like numbered them.
No, it's
And
funny because I was like low key mad at you. I thought because we didn't see the finale and we were holding on to it, like we were staying off social media because we didn't
Finale.
for WandaVision.
Okay.
We were waiting to watch it together, and when you messaged me, I was like, "No, she is not trying to spoil." Because this said it was a video, and I was like, "No, ma'am, I don't want to see this. I'm not calling for this." Like I was, and then I saw it was a test. Then I was annoyed that you made me think it was, but then I was more annoyed that you didn't do as good as I wanted you to do. So I was just mad.
All
I
around
don't know-
failure.
I don't know why it came out as a video. It was the weirdest thing. It was a photo and then it said play and it wouldn't even let me play it. So I'm like, did someone get in here and like send a video? And what if this is a video of, what if I'm like like I didn't know what it was.
If it would have been that, we would have seen it on Mertz's next video.
Oh, I would have replayed it, videoed it, and let everybody, and I would have tagged you in it. It would have been a whole thing.
Oh, shoot. I know. I
Oh
was
my
disappointed
gosh.
in myself. I was like, I thought I was doing really well, and then I started getting them wrong, and I was like, whatever.
Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up, but I just want to say, check out our video that's posted tomorrow morning. We have new hosts on Disney Connections.
Oh, yeah.
So there's 2 people, they're taking over the channel. And, so can't wait to
My
see
niece and nephew,
that.
they're taking over.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So, you got to go watch it. So, All right. Well, I'll close this out. If y'all want to stay online, I'll be right back as soon as I end the broadcast. All right. Well, WandaVision. I don't know. What's your feelings? Comment below. Let me know. Are you watching The Falcon and Winter Soldier? And come see us on Saturdays and back here for Taco Tuesday. Probably take next week off and wait until the Falcon and Winter Soldier come out, and then we'll be back.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, appreciate you being here on Disney Connections, where we're going to talk about all things Disney.
Bye.